So we are almost at, I think, about a month since I got the notification about being let go. Okay, this car is really trying to back up. Y'all want to watch somebody so dumb? Girl, first of all, you can't fit there, mama. She gonna try to fit there. She gonna try to hit my car. Baby, I'm about to go. Okay. Maybe she can fit there. I think she's a little slow though. Either way, so today is almost a month since I got the news that I was let go, and I just wanted to get on here and talk about just how rejuvenating it's been. One second. Yeah, so I just wanted to get on here and talk about a little bit of that, what's been going on with the podcast, and yeah, really just life. So if you are new here, my name is Cam, and I am living in Dallas, Texas. I was recently laid off from my corporate America job as my role was focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And a lot of people have been asking, like, was this because of the Trump and all this other stuff? I would just say, I do not know. Like, I think for me, it was probably a little bit of everything. Like, I will say, with the company that I was at, like, they have been just going hard to really rechange the business or change up the business and really, hit financial targets aggressively, and they're doing that by any means necessary. I feel like for the longest, they were not at that place from a company perspective. Like, companies that are true to, like, hey, this is what we want to do within the next 5 or 10 years. Like, I can only imagine you have to have some kind of financial game plan around this is what the business will look like and this is what it will likely feel like. And I feel like they're doing just that. I think that for me, when people ask me that question, I really revert to, like, I'm not sure. Of course, the notice is more so like, it's because of leadership's decision to X, Y, and Z and, eliminate your position. But they never really tell you the exact reason. So I just revert to financial targets, etc. But I will also say, yes, D&I has been a target for a lot of different corporations. A lot of corporations are backing off of their D&I plans. I would just say a little bit about that piece, to be completely honest, being in the diversity, equity, and inclusion space. I feel like the companies that are really backing down on their D&I commitments or, legal obligations, those companies more than likely, I won't say all of them, but more than likely stood up probably after the whole George Floyd thing happened. And we all know how crazy that was. It was like riots going on, like people smashing all kind of like retail spaces. It was just really, really crazy. And a lot of corporations thought responding to that reactively was a good thing, which I feel like is coming to bite them in the butt. One, because you have to embed that stuff into the DNA of your business. You can't just say, oh, because this is happening X, Y, and Z, like, put these things in place. Let's measure how we're hiring Black people. Let's measure how we're hiring Hispanic people. Like, that is not substantial, and it's not good for your business, because now you're measuring people not just by talent, but really by race. And that is actually illegal. And I won't get too far into that because I can go so deep into the details and the nitty gritty behind why it's actually illegal to do that, and why companies are probably, again, pulling back just from their D&I commitments overall. But back to just a little bit of what's kind of happening today. It's been almost a month since I got the news about my position being laid off or my position being eliminated. And a lot of people, like, I think when I share the news with them, it's like automatic, like, like, I can't believe it. But then I'm like, I am okay. And I feel like I wish more people would just lead with curiosity. Just curiosity around, like, okay, how are you feeling? Like this one girl, I had to do something last minute for my job, for my ex job, soon to be, and she was telling me, she was like, my role got eliminated too because they're doing this to the organization. I was like, oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that. How are you doing? And she's like, I'm okay. I was like, okay, that's good. And we kind of started talking about planning to see each other. She told me she was moving, I think like east or west of Yakima. Yakima is in Washington. It's a few hours away from Seattle. For those that don't know, I used to live in Seattle for about 4 years. And then I moved to Dallas, Texas. Before Seattle, I lived in Tennessee, where I was born and raised. And yeah, like, I will say that since almost a month of it happening, I have felt rejuvenated. I felt refreshed. I've also felt like the unknown. You know how like you feel that moment like in your summer where like, I'm not really sure. Like my big question has been like, what's next? But I will say it's felt so good to just rest. I have not really shared this, but like I have been working since I was like 19, really since like 13, but at this company, 19. And no, I was 20. I worked at a retail job for about a year, and then I went to this company. But like, you get very, I don't know, drained with responding to emails and responding to calls and responding to text messages and stuff like that. Like I had anxiety around the Outlook email notification. Like if you don't know, for those that know, it's like da-da-da-da, but it's like that in itself would just trigger so many things for me. And I'm not saying that, in this life, things aren't supposed to trigger you or do whatever. Like it definitely prompted work mode in me, but there was so many things that happen when you hear, so many things happened to me, sorry. When I heard that sound, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta respond to this. Is it my vice president? Is it my director? Is it my senior manager? Is it somebody on my team? Like, how should I prioritize this? And I will say there was like a point in time where I would literally stop everything and I would have to travel around the world. I couldn't take it internationally, which I didn't find out until like close to me almost leaving, but I couldn't take my laptop out of the country. But there were plenty of times where I did, and I was like, okay, I'll just work here. I'll take my laptop. You just never know. Being in corporate America definitely, changes your mindset to one, how to get shit done. Two, the importance of having like grit and having like momentum to get shit done. And also just the importance and overall like mental health, because mental health is one of the things that can be impacted if you don't know how to manage it, and if you don't know how to manage work-life balance. So spending time with your friends and your family and those close to you, as well as saying, you know what, it's work time, so I'm gonna dedicate these next 8 or 9 hours in a day, to get stuff done. But even then, we live in a time where corporations are putting a lot of work on people because they know how the market is. Like they know that it's very hard to find a job, the kind of work that people really want to do, like the kind of work that people want to make big bucks. I was fortunate to make some pretty good money when I was there, which I'm forever grateful for. But corporations know, like, nah, y'all want this, so we're going to put a little bit more extra on you, and I dare you say something. It's just been a weird spot and like a weird place for people who want it, and they're having to put some things aside to say, you know what, I want this more. And that's, again, not to say that you can't have that balance of what feels right and what doesn't feel right, but you're going to have to forfeit something. I feel like, when you are working towards something great, like a lot of things are put to the side, and that's okay too. I have not talked about this much on this channel, but I also know that I was so grateful to have started school some years ago, actually the year that I left Seattle, which was in 2022. And here I am graduating like under 4 years. Like it just feels so good. I'll be done with school completely in October. I just saw like my estimated graduation date, which I am so fucking excited because I'm like, I get a little piece of my life back. But like, it's been, let's see, I'm trying to identify my emotions. Like, I've been feeling optimistic. I've been feeling grateful. I've been feeling glad. I've been feeling happy. I've been feeling sad, because the sad emotion is like, damn, like this is the longest relationship that I've ever been in, to be completely honest. And it's something that I don't always get to say out loud, and I have to acknowledge that. Like, these people truly became like a part of my family. Again, I'll let you in just a little bit on kind of just me living everyday life now that I've been laid off for about a month. Right now, I'm actually on my way to therapy. I still go to therapy every 2 weeks. And yeah, we'll see what the day holds. But my arm is getting tired. I need to go and buy some kind of damn phone stand. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please send me best wishes in the comments. I love reading stuff like that. If you have recently gotten laid off on your job, it is not the end of the world, okay? And I would also give you a piece of advice. Stop telling those folks all your goddamn business. There were so many vulnerable times in my career that I felt being vulnerable would help me get to different places, or would help get me in certain rooms, or will help people see me in a different way. More than likely, I feel like people use your vulnerability to kind of use it against you. And I don't say that to be malicious. I really don't. I just say that because, one, keep your private life private, and everybody doesn't need to always know what's going on in your life. Sometimes it's good to protect that personal piece of you. Beyonce said something recently. She was like, you know, she really had to fight for her personal life and her private life. And that's so important, because people truly think that you're an open book. And it's okay if you want to be an open book, but I just suggest that, you know, you keep work, and personal. So I'm going to try my best to be here at least every single day, to at least upload some kind of content to kind of give you where I'm at in my life, and where I'm at and finding a job. If I want to find a job right now, I don't. It feels so good to just wake up and just exist. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.